Okay, it's day 15 for Uno here, 2-year-old stud colt. We're gonna go ahead and get started. Ask him to take the bit here, which he's pretty much figured it out at this point. Of course, today he'll be just like he has been the last couple times, just opened his mouth for it without me really asking for him to open it. And we're going to start out the day. We're going to send him around just a few times to get some of the fresh off him. I want to think that we're getting close to where we're just going to be able to walk out here and saddle him up and start working, but he has been pretty fresh with the saddle as of late, so we're going to give him an opportunity to get some of that off before we saddle him up. And I'm going to see if he's in the mood to just kind of go around here without me even having a flag out here. We'll see what he does. And it's a little greasy. We got dumped on with rain here at late in the afternoon, and I mean it's wet in here. It's usable. It's good ground. It's good sand, so it looks good. He's also a little bit anxious because I grabbed that yearling stud colt that's been next to him, and I dropped him off at the vet's this afternoon for crypt orchid surgery. So he's missing his across the pin buddy. He's doing great around here though. Let's step in front of his shoulder here and see if he'll, yeah, nice. He's feeling good though, look at him go. It's not hot, a little bit muggy, but I mean, muggy relative to living in Utah, where it's usually pretty dry. If I was back in Missouri, I'd say this was not muggy and just an awesome evening. And it is an awesome evening, even here. He's got a lot of fresh, doesn't he? Look at him kicking up there, acting like he's gonna kick out. He's feeling pretty good. We'll yield him here, send him the other way. Yeah, he's got some fresh. Yeah, little slick over there, some deep sand. He's still feeling it, sitting there kicking out at me. Let's yield him here. And I'm gonna tighten up his circle a little bit and have him run here a little further out away from the panels. See if he'll give me some slack off of the halter there. Yeah, kind of. We'll just slowly bring him in here to me. What do you think, buddy? Yeah? You all right with that? How are you? Let's hold you a little close. See if you can run a tight circle around me. I saw a comment online about one of the videos from day 4 or 5 when he was kind of having a come apart and bucking around there, and I had the flag, and someone commented and said, well, my horse, they were taught to lunge and I just stand in the middle and they walk around. And I said, yeah, well, I try to hold back from making too many replies to comments that are silly. I doubt very much she ever experienced that horse's first lunging session, because they don't just simply go out there and run around a nice circle around you at first. I mean, some might once or twice, but it's a learned behavior. And when one has never had a saddle on before and you throw it on there and do that flag, they don't care about staying in a circle. They'll run right over you. So, yeah, that's just my 2 cents on lunging a horse. Whoa. Good job, buddy. Well, I'm dizzy. Are you dizzy? That made me dizzy. Let's get you saddled up and see what we can learn today, huh? And I would love it if he'll stand there today when we saddle him and not prance around and back up and make the saddle fall off in the dirt, but we'll see. We'll see what kind of mood he's in here. Yeah, we're just quit. I'm just gonna tap him with it a few times and let him know it's not gonna hurt him. He knows it's not gonna hurt him, but the way he's been dancing around, I'm just reminding him that it's okay for this to be on his back. And hopefully we can kind of have about the same lack of movement here as when we saddle him. And I'm gonna bring him over here, if he'll come over here without dancing around and dropping that pad off, which ain't no guarantee. Yeah, quit. There went the pad. I shouldn't have popped him, but I'm getting a little tired of the dancing around when we put this on. So we'll set this pad up here. Just going to remind him here that he's had this on a bunch of times. It's never hurt him. Need to get a little better hold of him. He's kind of wanting to pitch that back end around at me. The last thing I need to do is get kicked today. Quit. And I might be pulling back just slightly when I'm doing that. He needs this right here. We just, we did it a few times and he accepted the pad and saddle, and we just kind of moved on to the next step. But apparently we need to come back to this because he still seems to have a problem with it. So we're going to take a few minutes here. Now, yeah, come on up here. Boy, he leads nice. If you get after him like that, he come right up here and lead, but that pulling back and hitting the end of the lead rope is so annoying. So, come here. Come here. Back up here. You want to back up? Let's back up. Back up. Back up. Back up. Back up. Are you done? You want to just stand here? There you go. See? Everything's cool right here. Everything's cool right here if you can stand here. It's going to be one of those days. I even put my spurs on today to get some movement out of him. I might not need them. Let's bring him over here and I'm not really at a point where I want to have him tied over there at the wall to saddle him, and he shouldn't have to have that. I mean, this is like like probably the 13th time to have a saddle. I think we put it on him on day 2 or 3. Can't remember now. Let's see how he handles the saddle now that we've danced with him a couple of times. Quit. We'll swing it a few times and remind him that see, he's really, I mean, he's pretty good about it. He just has been a little bit dancy. We'll come over here and let down the gear. He has decided, since I jammed him in reverse there, that there's a difference in his attitude for sure. He's a lot more willing to stand here right now and be like, well, that sure beats getting run backwards. So that pressure putting on him saying, look, if you want to do that, we're just going to go backwards. He's like, well, that wasn't fun, but I don't have to do that if I'm standing here taking this saddle. We're not going to go. I just want to hit this notch right here, and that's all the tighter I want to be. Not tight at all. I mean, tight enough the saddle's not going to fall off, but it's definitely not tight. And we'll see where this goes because he's been fed this evening. It's later than normal. I'm going to, I'm just going to start right there a notch less than normal. And let's ask him to walk around here. And I am just going to walk him for a second. I really don't want him to get worked up when I turn him loose here and have him throw a tantrum and jump around and buck. It's not what I'm looking for at this point. At this point, we're just looking for him to accept this saddle, that it's just part of the routine. It belongs on there. And he should be fine with it. I mean, we rode him almost 40 minutes yesterday and 40 minutes the session before that, so it's not like he doesn't know what this is. All right, I'm gonna grab a lunge line and we'll just send him around a couple times, and then we'll set up our driving lines on him and go to work. Kick this stuff over the fence so we don't catch on it any place. And let's see how he does here. Yeah, that's good. We can handle that right there. So I have to remind myself, you know, they're just a 2-year-old. It's okay for them to get fussed up over something and have a little bit of problem, but it's pretty clear that not only does he know the routine here, he has accepted that saddle, whether he wanted to or not. Apparently he wants to. I'll ask him to yield here, see how his attitude is. He doesn't. I'll get in front of it. There we go. I'll get in front of him one way or the other. I probably should have just woed him. I'll bet he would have stopped and just turned for me. But we're gonna do it again this way. We'll just step in front of him, and he needs to relax a little bit about that. I mean, if I step in front of his shoulder, the point of his shoulder there, he should start thinking about, like right there. There he goes, but I want him to turn this way. There we go. That was a good turn. And I'm gonna go ahead and send him back the other way. I'm well in front of his shoulder. Let's go. Easy, kid. It's a little bit greasy. We don't need you slipping and falling underneath the panel. I'm gonna yield him. Yeah, there we go. I'm gonna pull him off that rail just a little bit. That way, if he does slip, he won't end up with legs underneath there, maybe. All right, let's get driving lines going here. Whoa. Come on. Come on. Good boy. We are gonna have to grab another notch back there. That back cinch was hanging down. That's not what we want. We want it on him. And we'll grab 2 buttons here, or 2 notches on this front cinch. Get these driving lines, and we'll come over here. I'm gonna see if maybe I can get close enough here that, okay, so my driving lines, as I may have mentioned, it's just a little snap hook, and I've just tied a bow line, easy to undo if I want to take it off or change it out. We're going to connect that snap hook right to the O-ring, and then if you can see it here, I have a carabiner right down here, fairly large one, large enough that those ropes slide easily. We're going to go through that carabiner, and it's just connected. It's just connected on that on the D-ring of the cinch, because I want it lower as opposed to coming up here and connecting it on the D-ring on the saddle. Same thing on the other side. Connect to the O-ring. We're gonna run it through that carabiner, and we'll get our drive lines out here. Whoa. Hey buddy, let's fix this. Let's fix this so it's not hanging down. There, that's not quite so ugly. Nope. No. There we go. He's already throwing that nose up, so we're just going to tuck it here. I'm just going to tuck it here. And we'll just hold it for a second. I'm going to ask him to come to the right because he's trying to resist. Whoa. Let's see how he's responding to being turned back and forth across here. I'm just going to do some weaving back and forth here right off the bat. Remind him that that bit is asking for nose position. There we go. Bring him around. He should be thinking this is better than me riding him. I wonder sometimes what they think. Like, does he know? Okay, we're gonna do this for a minute and then that guy's gonna climb up on that thing that's on my back. He's actually listening pretty well today. I don't want to run these drive lines forever. I'd rather get on him and ride him. But it's always good to get his mind right to where he's already listening, which he's not doing too bad. He's pretty resistive to the right, pretty stiff there, but he does come around. Whoa. Back up. Back up. Back up. Back. 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 Back up. Good. We'll drive him over there to the fence. We'll get those split reins and we're gonna get on him and go to riding here. Whoa. Whoa. I'm sweaty. It's muggy enough that it is making me super sweaty. All right, kid. You're gonna experience spurs that aren't sitting in my hand. Let me get a peek at our time here. Oh yeah, so maybe we'll just ride him for 20 minutes or so today. We'll see how it goes. I don't want to grease him around here too fast. It is, I mean, the sand's good, but it is greasy over there along the edge in a couple of spots. Or not greasy, it's just the footing's not the best. I almost feel like we need one more, but I'm gonna give this a shot. Let's get his feet set apart. There we go. We'll see how he feels about me stepping up here. Nope. Don't go crazy because you'll get spurred, kid. And I'm not going to touch him with him until he gets, we'll just see, he might just move out tonight. And hopefully he doesn't get too spunky and I have to squeeze him hard and he experiences it, you know. Right then, of course, I'm going to have to remind myself that I am wearing them right now because this is the first time with him and he will react to them. I'm sure he's going to lurch forward when he feels it. And maybe what we'll do is we'll ride him here for a second. I'll just squeeze him with my legs a little bit and maybe with a neck rein, but I definitely want to ease him into him. And I don't feel like getting wet sand all over me very bad. Yeah, it's the sand over here. I mean, it's, yeah, I can see now standing up here where his feet have cut out over there a couple of times. It's deep enough. I'm a little more shallow up here on this end. Not by design, it's just apparently how I spread it out. I might have to grab one more hole on this latigo. It's feeling a little bit loose, sloppy up here. Okay, let's do a few turns here, and I'm actually maybe gonna tease him with this spur a little bit right here on that right side and see what he thinks about it. Right there. Right there. So I'm touching him with it right there. But you know, we've introduced it to him on the ground, so it's not like he's never felt that. We'll just ask him to come around here with it. Then we'll bring him around here. We'll do a left turn here, or a right turn rather. Bump him with that left one. Yeah, I mean, he's noticing that because he's looking over there for it like I need to bite that fly, but it's not a fly. It's just a little rowl, just lightly. I mean, I'm touching him less than when I touched him with my hand. So it's enough that it's possible his belly's far enough underneath it on my legs. Maybe I'm just hitting him with my boot above the heel, you know, like on the Achilles up there, Achilles tendon. But I'm sure when we double pump him here a little bit and bump him with both sides, no, I'm definitely touching him, and he's hardly responding to it. So, which is not good, but it's good in the sense that he's not having a problem with it. Let's ask him to for a little bit more forward movement. Yeah, I just want a little trot about like that. It's for now. Trot him around here a minute, then I'll get off and take a peek at this. Yeah, he's pinning his ears back when I'm bumping him with them. So it's not, he knows what it is. He's just saying he's not very happy about it. But he'll learn that, because if he comes around, I'll remove that, you know, just like we did when we were on the ground. That won't come over there and touch him. And so it's just a reinforcement. Yeah, look at him. Let's see if he'll kind of side pass a little bit from it. Look at that. There you go. He knows how to side pass. Let's come to the left here. Let's see if he'll side pass over, because he knows what that is. We've been asking him to move off of it. I'm not really, like I'm just touching it on him like we did with the hand. There we go. He gave me a little bit to the left. I released it. We'll ask for it again. He kicked up his foot, so he's definitely feeling it. But he also knows that, hey, when that's over there, I should be moving. No, you can't move into it, kid.